What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and we are back with some more Mass Effect. Now, last time we left off, we were taking out some Geth outposts, and then, we were probably going to see about... We'll probably go back to the main quest, honestly. I don't like how it's all in the middle, but that's fine. I guess we'll just do the outpost in between the two discoveries here on this planet. Now, this is a pretty mountainous area, so hopefully these things aren't too difficult to get to. We'll see. We'll see. This should be the entire system cleared, though, after this planet, which will be nice. Ooh. We have a rock formation over there. It's gonna be on the other side of this mountain, though. Is there an easy way to get over here? Looks like maybe we can go through here. Make sure we grab this since we do have like the little side missions to do these. Here it is. Titanium. Quick survey. Alright, let's see if we can go around this way. This actually might be a lot easier, because it looks like it's a straight shot. We are at the corner of the map, so we shouldn't have anything else over here. Just get this set up. Perfect. Now, usually the debris just gives us some equipment, which isn't bad. We do probably need to go through our equipment again. I feel like it's been a little while. Perfect. Alright, let's look at our stuff here. I don't think any of this stuff is going to be better. It's not. The shotgun's really nice. What kind of weapon upgrades do you have? Damage and weapon stability. We'll take that. Accuracy, I suppose. I feel like with the shotgun it's not that important, but... Accuracy, damage, don't really like any of those. Pistol, this one is better. This is better. And this is better. Not that the pistols are super important. I definitely feel like the pistols are the weakest weapons in the game. Alright, no better sniper rifles. No better armor. We'll go ahead and get rid of the Krogan armor. I don't think it's going to be that important. Now that is a cool scene right there. Alright, let's go see what's going on with this overrun facility. Take out the last one of the Geth outpost. And then we gotta go to the Terminus system, which sounds like it might be pretty dangerous. But we gotta try and find Saren and stop him. We do have another rock formation over here. Let's make sure we grab this. What do we have? More thorium. Nice and easy. Easy cash, easy XP. The outpost might be on top of this mountain. How do we get up here? That's definitely at the top. Okay. This seems pretty promising right here. Our car would stop going crazy in all directions. Maybe? No? Well, I don't think we can get up the slope. Or maybe we can. Oof. Is this gonna be the cutoff? Oh, get there. Awesome. Ooh, we actually have to go inside here? Okay, well, this is the first time it's like this. We should probably make sure we save. So, all of this wasn't for naught. We have... This might be assault rifle time. I wonder if it's gonna be husks here. I hope it's not drones. Those drones are awful. What do we have?
Now it gets fun.
It is husks. Okay. Husks aren't the worst thing in the world. As long as we don't let them detonate. Perfect. That wasn't bad at all.
Perimeter secured.
Yeah, it's really not even close. Oh, they can open doors. It's really not even close that the assault rifle is so much better than the pistol. I didn't even realize she went down.
That's
I owe
it.
you.
Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Alright, let's get you healed up. Oh, we got more. More incoming. Oh, destroyers. Oh, jeez.
Bring it on!
Somebody's about to come through. I would like to check this room. We got quite a few on the other side. Okay. Let's do this. So far, so good. That's not good. What do we have over here? Another sniper. Now we can hit you through the wall. Perfect. We don't really need that, but we'll take it. Alright. Can we see this guy through the wall? Easy money. Never stood a chance. Never stood a chance.
Clear.
Is there gonna be more outside? Oh yeah. Do we have to take down that ship? No, it flew off. These things are the worst.
Strange. I expected one of these outposts to be the main base of operations for this incursion.
One moment. This receiver appears to be picking up some kind of transmission. Based on the signal strength, I would say it's coming from inside this star cluster.
It must be a message from the primary Geth base. We can use the signal to lock onto its location and take them out.
Okay. Well, let's grab this anomaly, and then where do we go? Journal. Geth incursions. Eliminate Geth bunker. Grissom system? Okay. Make sure we grab this anomaly before we head out, and then we're done here. Oh, jeez. Oh, we got another formation here too. That's kind of nice. As long as it's not on the hill. Which it looks like it is. Anomaly's probably down there somewhere. I see it. What is this? Polonium. Nice. This down pod contained a League of One medallion. Its owner is nowhere to be found. Alright. Well, to the Normandy we go. They said we gotta go where? Grissom System and Armstrong Nebula. Grissom System. Ah, another one popped up. Okay. Benda has a dense atmosphere of sulfur dioxide and chlorine, though technically classified as a terrestrial world, but the surface of the planet has never cooled enough for a crust to form. It is a global sea of molten rock, like Zaharux. Its atmosphere is being blasted away by the solar wind. Once its thick atmosphere is gone, Benda's surface will be a mere 400 degrees Celsius. Scans of Benda uncovered an ancient Solarian vessel. A small team was dispatched to search for valuables. The only item of value recovered was a League of One medallion. Zaharux? Nitrogen-argon atmosphere is being blasted away by the solar wind of the blue giant Grissom. Its surface consists of seas of loose silica dust, some kilometers deep, which periodically swirl into global sandstorms. Many unmanned probes, too, have been lost over the years. Though investigation is attributed all to mechanical failure or computational error, a popular extranet meme insists that the entire planet is composed of dormant nanotechnology, created millennia ago by a race even more advanced than the Protheans. According to the story, its silica dust is actually disassembler robots which periodically awaken to defend themselves. Though discounted by every reputable scientist, this theory has been popularized by a series of sensationalistic texts by Asari author Delse Orthisa. Large deposit of beryllium. Okay. This is kind of cool. Do we go to the moon? Notenban is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of ammonia. Molecular nitrogen is present in the highest levels of the atmosphere, giving the planet its odd violet tint. The upper levels of its atmosphere are inhabited by shoals by tiny ammonia-based life forms, no larger or more complex than the plankton of Earth's oceans. Held aloft by air pressure and wind, these bioluminescent creatures constantly flee from the approach of the Terminator. Should they be exposed to the light and heat of Grissom, they die. Sulcrum. Heat hazard level 1. Sulcrum is the largest moon of the gas giant Notenban. It has a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The crust is composed of various metals with deposits of sodium. As with every body in the solar system, the surface is scorching hot and thoroughly irradiated by the blue giant Grissom. Surface excursions without proper protective gear are certain to prove fatal. On approach to Notenban, Normandy's passive sensor array intercepted a fragmentary, coded transmission from the surface of Sulcrum. Attempts to decrypt the message were fruitless. It does not appear to be in any software coding language used by the Citadel races. Well, we know who's there. We know who's there. Alright, let's finish this mission up. And then go see what's going on. Anomaly. Okay, anomaly and debris first. Ugh. I was hoping to take that like a ramp. I think we punched it in a little too early. You're gonna be on top of this thing, aren't you? Well, that's cool looking. The blue sun. Sorry, capsule. There were several artifacts stored here, all worthless except for one of Matriarch Delanaga's writings. Whether it was uncovered at this dig site or somewhere else is unclear. Okay, to the debris. I wonder how hard this outpost is going to be. We'll definitely save it before we approach. For the best. Dude, look at that sun. The sun's looking good. That's pretty cool. The gas giant, Grissom. Okay. Last but not least, let's go hit our destination. I wonder if we'll have any rock formations that we see. How are we doing on these other quests? 5 of 13, 6 of 10, 3 of 7. Light metals are getting there. 2 of 3, 3 of 10. Okay. We got a lot of assignments to do. Okay, it looks like we got some bigger enemies. You see the big diamonds on the mini-map. Wonder if it's gonna be Colossus. Oh yeah, Colossus it is. Okay, another one down. Here we go. Alrighty. Ooh, we can't save? There we go. Let's see what's in here. Assault rifle it is. Thank you for the lift. That was so clutch. He's about to whack.
Lost shields.
That's not good. Let's go ahead and shield boost. There we go. Nice lift. Pretty sure that's a juggernaut. He just destroyed my cover. I'm gonna pop immunity. I never use this. A sapper? As the last Geth falls, you hear music from across the room. On the monitor, a Quarian stands before a hushed crowd, warbling a mournful a cappella of Worlds and Innocence Lost. The recorded song is dispatched to the Geth worlds behind the Perseus Veil. The transmitter shuts down. Okay, that sounds intense. You discover a number of encrypted Geth data files. In the proper hands, they could reveal much about the evolution of the Geth since the banishment of the Quarians. So what, that's another quest? Tally and the Geth. Okay. So we can speak to Tally on the ship. There's nothing up here? That's whack. So I guess we'll do that real quick. Let's talk to Tally on the ship. See if we can't get this mission started. I'm used to doors closing after we go through them. So that should be that quest done. Geth Incursions is finished. We've actually done quite a few of these. So back to the Normandy. Let's go see what Tali has to say. And then we're going to the Terminus system, I guess. Not there. Alright, where's Tali at? Dang. R.I.P. to Ashley, man. Can't even activate her locker anymore. Where is Tali at? She back here? There you are. Ooh.
Heard we're headed into the Terminus systems, Commander. Don't worry, sir. The Normandy's a hell of a ship. She'll get us through this.
Okay, I've never talked to you before.
We're fugitives on the run. Very exciting, Shepard. I wonder what the Council would do to us if we got caught.
The Normandy's the best ship in the fleet. They'll never catch us.
I hope you're right.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, We have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Okay.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
So can I not talk to you about this stuff?
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The
And it
changes
cost
were so
you.
insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers.
Interesting.
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld.
Crazy.
We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
So interesting.
I should go.
Why can't we talk to her about
See you
the
later.
stuff? Tally and the guest. Speak to Tally once you are back on the Normandy. That's what I just did.
Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Okay.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from
Okay,
those
cool.
Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth. It could be the key to helping us reclaim our homeworld.
If I give you this data, your pilgrimage is over. You'll go back to your own people.
Not right away. I'll stay with you as long as it takes to stop Saren. But my people need this.
You think you can use this information to destroy your enemy?
Not right away. We will need to study it. It could take years, but it will give us new insight into how the Geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Sure. The Geth seem pretty bad.
Go ahead. Make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt, one I can never repay. The only thing I can offer in return is what you already have. My solemn promise to stay with you until Saren and his Geth armies are defeated.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
Cool. So is that it? Alrighty, well that's 2 quests done. A lot of these are just gathering stuff. So I think we will go ahead and do some more main mission stuff. Let's go ahead into the Terminus system. I just don't know at what point like we can't go back and do stuff. I hope the Terminus system isn't like where we can't go back. Like as of right now we can't go back to the Citadel. That would be foolish.
Message from Admiral Hackett, Commander. Patching it
Another
through.
mission?
We just received your report. Looks like this Geth incursion was bigger than we thought. They were probably preparing for a major offensive in the system. We're increasing patrols in the Armstrong cluster to make sure they can't establish another foothold in the region. Nice job, Shepard. You saved a lot of human lives on this mission. Hack it out.
Nice. Do we want to do one more side mission before? Because I am curious, what's this asteroid? Asteroid X-57, Exodus Cluster. What is this? Asgard and Utopia? Let's do a couple more side missions. So what do we have here? Exodus Cluster. This is like something we had in the beginning. ETA Cluster, Century System. Amazon. Newton System. I actually don't see anything for this. Okay, so if we go back to one of the originals, Strange Transmission. Head to the Sentry System in the Hawking ETA cluster. Sentry System, Hawking ETA. Which is here. And then Sentry System, this is the only thing here. We've had this mission for a long time. Since like episode 2. So
Message coming in,
check this
Commander.
out.
Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command.
Jeez,
We've got a
dude.
mission for you.
I'm trying to catch
An Alliance
up.
officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hawking Eta cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
You said his followers were biotics?
Yes. Major Kyle never showed any biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them. Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on like this.
Okay.
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed him.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
I might be able to end this without violence.
You serve with him. He might listen to you. But he's already killed 2 Alliance representatives. I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Alright. We got some moons here, some planets. Tamahera has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. The surface is icy and composed of sodium oxide with deposits of calcium. It contains a few unremarkable metals, but mainly consists of rock. The presence of canyons and floodplains indicates that the liquid water once existed, suggesting Tamahera had a thicker insulating atmosphere in the past. The Rocto is a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. It has over 100 moons in an extensive ring system composed of pulverized rock, presumably the debris from shattered moons. You discovered a tiny moon with some odd readings. Further scans by Chief Engineer Adams revealed a destroyed escape pod. A League 1 medallion. Okay, finding quite a few of those recently. Kaige-O. Terrestrial world of average size, its atmosphere is composed of nitrogen and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of calcium. Aside from some spectacular formations of water ice at the poles, the planet has little to recommend it. Deposit of cobalt. Clendagon is an arid terrestrial, slightly larger than Earth, but with a lower density that reflects its relative lack of heavier elements. The crust is composed of tin and aluminum, with wide deserts of dust-fine sand that are easily stirred by the wind. Its most striking feature is, of course, the Great Rift Valley that stretches across the southern hemisphere. What is mostly fascinating about the rift is that it does not appear to be natural. The geological record suggests it is the result of a glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power. This occurred some 37 million years ago. Wow. Basically, put a hole in the planet. Pressop is the moon of Clendagan. It is a frigid, barren world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The crust contains plentiful deposits of heavy metals. The Alliance has opened bidding for the moon's mineral rights, but exploitation will be complicated by the system's proximity to the 5 kiloparsec ring around the galactic core. The ring is an area of intense star formation and too dangerous to safely travel. Presrop's landscape is a nightmare of jagged, overlapping ridges and geological shock zones created by some ancient disaster. This has not deterred a generation of illegal wildcat miners from attempting to exploit the moon's mineral riches. Unfortunately, many have lost their lives. Let's do it. Let's see what we got. Poor Tali. She never gets any love. We just don't have a need for tech. Alright, what do we got here? Biotic compound. So we have anomaly. We also have something to the right here. What is this? This is not on the minimap. Oh, jeez. Of course. Ash's shots like track. Okay. Doesn't look like anything's actually here. It was just to take out a Thresher, I guess. Extra XP. Speaking of, we can level up. We have 2 points. I'm gonna finish off Operative. Feel like that's a good idea. Let's finish off Electronics and then First Aid with you. You, my friend. Increases the radius or tech explosion. Or we just make you completely nasty with assault rifles, which I'm kind of down to do. Okay. Let's see what we got over here then. Let's go ahead and repair. Uses 15 Omnigel? Is this another thing? This is gonna be at the top though, isn't it? There's a whole bunch of random stuff here. This cluster of prefab utility shacks have a distinctly ramshackle look to them. A set of rover tracks lead away from the mountain ridge to the southwest. Okay. Oh, we can't get in these. Do we need to find the rover tracks? To the southwest. Is that the destination? Maybe? That's cool looking. Oh, is that the giant rift? Is that from the Greys? Dude, that's cool. That is very cool. Can we see anything else? No. Wow. Imagine a gun being able to do that to a planet. Crazy. Oh yeah, now we have 2 question marks here. Ancient debris. Macedon outpost insignia. Okay. This is the rover. The front of the rover is crumpled in from impact. A glance inside tells you the occupants, probably a team of illegal wildcat miners, are dead. Debris is still sliding down the furrows left by its tires, silent in the near vacuum atmosphere. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know if there was really any point to that, but... Oh, get there. Alright, we'll grab the debris, and then we'll see what's going on with this guy. This crazy guy. Probably got like PTSD or something. Last but not least, to the biotic compound. We gotta get over this ridge. There it is. Oh, we got a mineral too, right next to it. Are they gonna make us take people out? Doesn't say any enemies are here. Let's grab this gold. I'm assuming it's gold. Perfect. Now, this door is red.
Moving out.
We can't encrypt it or anything, so we might have to go in here first. We do have like a little side thing right here. I don't think there's anything else we'd be able to get into. Just a meta kit. Not too important.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people could get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle, and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
Is this gonna be an ambush? Why can't we ever pull the Spectre card? Like, oh, actually, I'm not Alliance, I'm Spectre. But I guess we are here on the accounts of the Alliance, so... Is this gonna be an ambush? Let's save it just in case.
Just because we're biotics doesn't mean we don't deserve to be treated fairly.
No one said that, dude. No one said that. I actually got a biotic lady with me right now. Alright, I'm assuming that this guy's at the end. Let's see if they all turn on me.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you're endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
You ordered your followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen. I'm sorry.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
I'm going to trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Your pilot can have an Alliance command patrol pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Shepard.
You should return to the Normandy and notify the Alliance of Kyle's surrender. They'll want to dispatch a ship to take him into custody. So what's actually gonna happen here? I guess we'll find out, huh? I guess we'll find out. It says go back to Normandy, right? Return to the Normandy. Dude, don't make me drive all the way back here. I'm gonna be highly upset.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We sent in a team as you instructed, Kyle's followers have disbanded, and the Major surrendered to us without incident.
Oh, nice.
We'll make sure he gets the help he needs. To be honest, Shepard, I thought this thing was gonna end in a bloodbath. I don't know how you did it, but you saved a lot of lives. Congratulations.
Go us, man. Alrighty. Well, now I think it's time. How are we doing on missions, man? How are we doing? Where is this at? That's somewhere else. Okay. Keepers still, which we can't do this anytime soon. We got 3 traveling missions. Wait, we can't ever go back to the Citadel? Because you cannot return to the Citadel, you won't be able to resolve the matter of Nasana Dantius and her missing sister, Dahlia. So, like, we can't go back ever? Oh. Really? Are we getting close to the end of this game? Well, I think we should continue main story. I think we should continue main story next episode. But if you guys aren't interested, we're finally getting back to the Codex. So, if you aren't interested, I hope to see you guys next time. If you are, let's go ahead and finally get back into it. Council races. Solarians' military doctrine. In principle, the Solarian military is similar to the Alliance, a small volunteer army that focuses on maneuver warfare. What differentiates the Solarians is not their equipment or doctrine, but their intelligence services and rules of engagement. The Solarians believe that a war should be won before it begins. Conventional wisdom holds that the Solarians know everything about everyone, and this is not far from the truth. In war, the unquestioned superiority of their intelligence services allows them to use their small military to maximum effectiveness. Well before fighting breaks out, they possess complete knowledge of their enemy's positions, intentions, and timetable. In every war the Solarians have fought, they struck first and without warning. For the Solarians, to know an enemy plans to attack and to let it happen is folly. To announce their own plans to attack is insanity. They find the human moral concepts of do not fire until fired upon and declare war before prosecuting it incredibly naive. In defensive wars, they execute devastating preemptive strikes hours before the enemy's own attacks. On the offense, they have never telegraphed their intentions with the declaration of war before attacking. Biotics are virtually unknown in the Solarian military. Those with such abilities are considered too valuable to be used as cannon fodder and are assigned to the intelligence services. While capable of defending themselves against most threats, the Solarians know that they are small fish in a universe filled with sharks. As a point of survival, they have cultivated strong alliances with larger powers, particularly with the Turians. Though the relationship between the two species was rocky at first due to the Krogan uplift fiasco, the Solarians take pains to keep this relationship strong enough that anyone who might threaten them risks Turian intervention. The Turians' military doctrine. Although they lack the brutality of the Krogan, the skill of the Asari, and the virtuosity of the humans, the Turian military has formidable discipline. Officers and NCOs are lifers with years of field experience. Enlisted personnel are thoroughly trained and stay calm under fire. Turian units don't break. Even if their entire line collapses, they fall back in order, setting ambushes as they go. A popular saying holds, you will only see a Turian's back once he's dead. Boot camp begins on the 15th birthday. Soldiers receive a year of training before being assigned to a field unit. Officers train for even longer. Most serve until the age of 30, at which point they become part of the reserves. Even if they suffer injuries preventing frontline service, most do support work behind the lines. Biotics are uncommon. While admired for their exacting skills, Biotics' motives are not always fully trusted by the common soldier. The Turians prefer to assign their biotics to specialist teams called cabals. Command and control is decentralized and flexible. Individual squads can call for artillery and air support. They make extensive use of combat drones for light duties and practice combined arms. Infantry operates with armor supported by overhead gunships. Strategically, they are methodical and patient and dislike risky operations. Tradition is important. Each legion has a full-time staff of historians who chronicle its battle honors in detail. The oldest have records dating back to the Turian Iron Age. If a legion is destroyed in battle, it is reconstituted rather than replaced. The Turians recruit auxiliary units from conquered or absorbed minor races. Auxiliaries are generally light infantry or armored cavalry units that screen and support the main Turian formations. At the conclusion of their service in the auxiliaries, recruits are granted Turian citizenship. Very cool. Okay, technology.
Biotics is the ability of rare. When subjected to an electrical current, the rare material dubbed Element Zero, or EZO, emits a dark energy field that raises or lowers the mass of all objects within it. This mass effect is used in countless ways, from generating artificial gravity to manufacturing high-strength construction materials. It is most prominently used to enable faster-than-light space travel. EZO is generated when solid matter, such as a planet, is affected by the energy of a star going supernova. The material is common in the asteroid debris that orbits neutron stars and pulsars. These are dangerous places to mine, requiring extensive use of robotics, telepresence, and shielding to survive the incredible radiation from the dead star. Only a few major corporations can afford the setup costs required to work these primary sources. Humanity discovered refined Element Zero at the Prothean Research Station on Mars, allowing them to create mass effect fields and develop FTL travel.
Nice.
Element Zero can increase or decrease the mass of a volume of space-time when subjected to an electrical current. With a positive current, mass is increased. With a negative current, mass is decreased. The stronger the current, the greater the magnitude of the dark energy mass effect. In space, low-mass fields allow FTL travel and inexpensive surface-to-orbit transit. High-mass fields create artificial gravity and push space debris away from vessels. In manufacturing, low-mass fields permit the creation of evenly blended alloys, while high-mass compaction creates dense, sturdy construction materials. The military makes extensive use of mobility-enhancing technologies, with Mass Effect utilizing fighting vehicles standard frontline issue in most military forces. Mass Effect fields are also essential in the creation of kinetic barriers or shields to protect against enemy fire.
Very nice. Well, we really only have weapons, armor, and equipment, and then we have quite a few more in the secondary. But as always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.